All right, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Our meeting of the Policy Committee is hereby called to order. China, would you please take a roll call?
Nace Rubelo.
Here.
Ted Bentley.
Here.
Susan Hildred.
Here.
Sarah Spence.
Here.
Let's take it.
Thank you. Item 3 is the approval of the minutes for our June 8th meeting. Does anyone have anything to discuss with regard to the minutes?
No.
Nope.
All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes. Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. We will turn to item 4, which is the member forum. Has anyone signed up to?
No, we don't have any speakers for today's member forum. Okay.
All right then. Item 5 is the chair report, and I have nothing to report beyond the excellent minutes that were submitted from our June 8th meeting. Item 6 is unfinished business, and there is no unfinished business on the agenda for today. So we'll move to item 7A, which is consider recommendation to the board to retire the existing rule 106.2 relating to the Creekside tennis courts, since they are no longer. Would anyone like to discuss that issue, that item?
Just a real brief overview. As you all know, those courts have not been used for tennis for many years now. And the new rules pertaining to pickleball have a section that will cover that should they long-term be that. Otherwise, those will be amended as well. So this is just simply an action to retire these pre-existing rules.
So just a question that we do have rules that in regard to the other tennis courts that we have.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Right, these are only to the definition to the Creekside tennis courts. All right. So we have any motion people would like to make, the committee would like to make with regard to a recommendation to the board. Susan?
I'll recommend to the RWC board that we retire the existing rule R 106.2 Creekside tennis courts since it is no longer relevant.
I'll second.
All right. You want an
Yes.
individual roll call?
Yes, so Rubelo.
Yes.
Bentley.
Yes.
Hildred.
Yes.
Spence.
Yes.
Motion is unanimously approved.
Thank you. All right, then we can turn to 7B, which is the overview of the charter and basic parliamentary procedures. You may remember last meeting, because we had such a long agenda, we decided to kick this over to July. So I can turn this over to you, Deborah.
Absolutely. So for anyone who is not aware who I am, I'm Deborah Rose. I'm the Senior Manager of Executive Services. And I'm going to be providing you an overview of your committee charter and then your simple parliamentarian procedures and compliance with agenda publication. That's going to be the secondary portion. So for now, we're going to go over your charter. So the policy committee, purposes and responsibilities. So the policy committee acts in an advisory capacity to the Rossmore Walnut Creek Board of Directors. It provides guidance on RWC's bylaws, policies, rules, and charters of all standing and board committees. Continuing review governing documents as needed to identify areas in requiring updates, ensure consistency and clarity of documents prior to board consideration, consider additional matters referred by the board or appropriate for review, publishing the agendas, keeping minutes, and making periodic reports to the board. So the importance of following your charter, it serves as a foundational document outlining the purpose, your scope, authority, and procedures. And in compliance with legal standards, corporations code specifies rules regarding this governance of advisory committees. Maintaining consistency and compliance. Ensuring all committee activities align with the established regulations, promotes transparency and accountability, facilitates orderly and efficient meetings, enhances everyone's trust and participation. So following the charter helps maintain consistency and adherence to legal standards, ensuring the committee operates within its defined scope and authority. Any questions about your charter?
Any questions?
Okay. I'm gonna
Hearing
move on.
none, why don't you turn to the, excuse me, the next slide presentation.
Okey-dokey. So with this presentation, I'm going to go over some simple parliamentarian procedures and the importance of publishing committee agendas and agenda item requirements. So you'll learn some basic principles for the use of parliamentarian procedure. When they are remembered, then meetings will run more smoothly and business will take place. So you may ask yourself, why do we use parliamentary procedure? One, it's required by our RWC bylaws to facilitate the transaction of business, to promote cooperation and harmony, to ensure that all members have equal rights, privileges, and obligations, to ensure the majority has the right to decide, but the minority has rights which must be protected as well. The chair has a role. Not only is he a committee member, but he also has additional duties. He calls the meeting to order, maintains order and decorum, ensures adherence to the agenda, and ensures the meeting. This decorum in meetings, you want to address the chair and speak only when recognized. And debate guidelines will focus on the subject, not the person. So there may be a contentious item up for discussion. It might be heated, and it might be frustration. But if you talk to the subject at hand and not the person, that's the best decorum that we can have. Respectful language only. And then we have making motions. So this is really easy. You obtain the floor, you state the motion clearly. All motions require a seconder, and then it becomes open for debate. A committee or body may only consider one primary question at a time, and no other business can be considered until the primary motion has been disposed of, passed, failed, referred, withdrawn, etc. So there's a few ways to amend a motion. So if there was a main motion that came up before this committee for $50,000 for hot chocolate for the policy committee on an annual basis, and Ted wanted to amend the motion to make it $1 million for hot chocolate. It's really simple. You strike out wording, you can insert wording, or do both of those activities. It must be related to the original motion. So someone can't say, I want to change that and edit it instead of hot chocolate to oak trees. So it really needs to be germane to the original motion. It requires a second and then is again open for debate. So as it's stating here, you can strike out a word or a whole paragraph. You can insert a word or a whole paragraph. And then you can do both of those actions to amend a motion. Common mistakes that happen is sometimes staff reading their report, they have a really great recommendation. As they read it aloud, someone on the committee could say, so moved. But really, it's helpful that the individual making the motion restates the motion in full to ensure, one, that's what you're working on, and the seconder knows what you're moving on. So restating the motion in full also helps the recording secretary understand what transpired. They're ready, they're prepared. So a typical Robert's Rules of Order business is call the meeting to order, approval of minutes, the members forum, reports from officers and committees, unfinished and new business, and then adjournment. So this is really going to touch on the importance of publishing committee agendas and adhering to agenda item requirements. So this is a secondary category that I'm going to go over. To ensure compliance with RWC policies, legal standards, and to maintain transparency, it is essential that the committee agendas are published for public review and that all meeting agenda items are included in advance. The following outlines the reasons based on RWC policies, the Corporations Code, Robert's Rules of Order, and our bylaws. Here are some of the RWC policies connected to the transparency mandate. So 201.1, advance notice of meetings. So publish these meetings in advance. These are noted in the Rossmore newspaper and on Simply. We legally need to publish our meeting agendas 4 days prior to the meeting. That's days, not business days. Policy 201.4, open committee meetings. This is for public member forum comments. So this allows that transaction of conversation and transparency. The Corporations Code requires that public notice of meetings be given to ensure everyone has the opportunity to attend and participate. This promotes transparency and accountability in governance. Robert's Rules of Order, only items listed on the agenda can be discussed during the meeting. This ensures that meetings are orderly, focused, and that all members have the opportunity to prepare for the topics to be addressed. Our bylaws require that agenda items be publicly listed to maintain transparency and to provide a clear structure for meeting discussions. This prevents off-agenda topics from disrupting the meeting flow or leading to unprepared deliberations. So handling business not on the agenda. So strict agenda adherence, items not on the agenda cannot be discussed. If there are no items for discussion on the meeting agenda, only discuss items for the next meeting or cancel the meeting. Any questions?
Any questions?
Okay, thank you. That ends my presentations.
All right, thank you very much, Deborah. That concludes our business for today. Our next meeting will be on Monday, August 10 at 1:30 here in the boardroom. Either personally and others can attend over Zoom. With that, does anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to
I
adjourn.
don't think we have to do that.
You don't have to do that?
I think you adjourn the meeting, actually.
Okay. With that in mind, I will adjourn the meeting and wait to see everyone next month.
Good, thank you.